Hi everyone, so today we'll be trying out Spellbinders' new club kits for July of 2024. It is very much a Christmas in July kind of month. So I have here the Glimmer of the month and the 3D embossing folder of the month. I believe this one's called Pine Cones and Berries, and I did a whole unboxing of all these things, and I'll link that video in the description box. If you're watching this video now, that means that these items are available for new subscriptions, and yeah, that opens up usually around the 6th of the month, sometimes on the 5th, and then there's a blackout period at the very end of each month. So I have that guy, and then I have Joyful Holly, I believe it's called, the Glimmer of the month. And the Glimmer month, again, comes with plates and dies, but it also comes with a foil. So the foil roll I have here to play with is Aura. And then if you are a member of the Deluxe Caboodle, you are receiving 2 bonus items this month, but one of them is this stencil. It's going to help you color in your holly from the Glimmer of the month. So I believe there's one stencil, yeah, the leaves are here and the berries are there, and you're just going to use them separately. So what I think I'm going to do is basically make 2 cards that are very similar, one colored in and one maybe not, and you can see what those look like. So they did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. Yeah, so I generally link all the clubs, the deluxe club, and if there's anything else like today, I'm going to Glimmer, and so I'll link the Glimmer there also in the description box for the US and for the UK. Yeah, so let's just get started. I'll be right back. So I was just doing some trimming. This is just from a scrap of paper, so it was kind of gnarly, so I went ahead and cut it down off camera because, you know, I just wanted to straighten out my paper and cut those. So these are 2 toppers. They're 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I'm going to make 2 standard size, well, A2 standard size kind of cards. So we have an A2 piece of paper, which is 8.5 by 11, of course. On the 11-inch side, I'm going to cut at 5.5, and then just score both of them at 4 1/4 to make 2 card bases. And then I'm just going to take the 3D embossing folder and run both of them through that. So we have that. I'm going to make another one just like this, card base. Make another one with this one, and I'll run both of these guys through this. Now, if there's a certain way you want this, because it kind of looks like it's like coming down like this. You see that? I don't know if you can kind of see that. But if you want to do it landscape, I mean, you can definitely do landscape. You know, I can put basically both of them in here if I was going to do landscaping and get them both at the same time. I don't know. You know, I didn't think about that as far as framing out my card. Why don't we do them both landscape? That's usually something I don't go for. I always go portrait for whatever reason. So I will run these through at the same time. And again, these are card toppers that I like to do 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. But that looks really, really good, and I can definitely run that through. I'll use the universal plate system, my Platinum 6, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So again, I didn't have to cut this down at this point, but I did because I was planning something else. But there they go, and they both went through at the same time. This paper is white core, so if you want to give it a scrub over the top, because it's white on the back, you can definitely do that. I'm just going to leave it the way it is, and that's fine. Okay, I'll be right back. So for now, we're putting these to the side because I want to add these guys on here, and then just like cut them if it's kind of sticking out the edge. So I'm just going to leave that there. We have our foil. I grabbed some beautiful pearlescent, gold pearlescent paper, and just some white paper for now. On these, we're going to cut them all out. Now you can definitely just, you know, do your glimmering on these and then you have a card front. Be lovely. But from each of these, I'm going to do this twice on the white paper and on this one. So I'm just going to trim this down, give myself some room for the die, which is pretty close to the edges of this, but I'm still going to do something like that. So I'm going to run this one through with the gold glimmer and then another piece, right? Because I want 2 of each of these guys. And then for the white paper, I'm going to do the same. And we're going to use the stencil from the Deluxe Caboodle to color that in. This isn't super heavyweight, but it's just a nice pearlescent paper, and Spellbinders does a great job of those, and they foil really nicely. This is just some white cardstock I had in my stash. It's like some heavyweight cardstock. I just like thicker paper smooth. You want the smoothest paper for the best application. I should have turned this on already. Sorry, guys. Let's get that guy going. I'm going to move the plates somewhere else as it warms up. So I have those. I think I'm also going to do this Joy in the gold. So I'm going to cut a little from here. Just for a sentiment, you know, give myself some room so I can do both of those guys there. Let me think. Do I want to do... I wanted to make it look exactly the same, basically, but just with a little bit different, you know, whatever's going on there. So let me think. Maybe I'll do Joy with the gold, you know, the aura. Cut it out and have it for the card with the gold. And then for the other card, I can do gold on gold. So that just brings in a little something different, you know. So there we go. Hopefully I left myself enough paper there. I will have to be very strategic with how I place that just to make sure. Yeah, we'll be okay. Okay, I'm gonna let this warm up. Oh, you know, it wasn't even plugged in. I'll be right back. Sorry about this. So now I'll flick it back on. I don't know why it was unplugged. I never unplug it. And then I started thinking, I'm like, oh, it's when I did that HSN craft live stream. I had to plug in lots of other things, and I unplugged other things I wasn't using at the time. So there we go. Okay, so let that warm up. And actually, I want to get this all set up too, so I'm not sure why I said, oh, let that warm up, and it just kind of went away. I don't usually overload my space there with too many things. I usually do one item at a time, but I will do these two because I think I can easily get these on a space where they have their own space. What happens is the Glimmer, basically, I'm assuming, reads the plates and like how hot everything gets, and then they tell you it's ready. So, you know, you have a big plate, but it is a line, but it's still a bigger plate than like this one. So you just want to think about how you're pairing things up in case one gets overfoiled because it's smaller and it, you know, heats up quicker, but it's still reading for the other one, or however. But generally that's why I do one thing at a time. But we're going to try this today and see how it goes. So I'm going to get myself a piece here. And I handle it pretty gingerly, guys. Also, just kind of keep it about the size of the item you're trying to glimmer. I like to build up my little sandwich here before I go to my machine, so ooh, if you're going to do that, you want the color facing up. We're going to cut these out, so I don't care where it is on this paper. I just need it to be. So that's fine there. I'm going to tape this down. If you are looking to glimmer at a certain spot and you like to build it up like this, the Spellbinders does something they call, actually, is it just called, you know what, I don't know what they call it right now. Hinging. I would hinge it, is what I'm trying to say. But, okay, so we have these. I'll use this other piece for the second one. And just right around there. You can look at your paper, and if you know exactly where you want to put it, you put your die down. And then you would put your tape on your die and then hinge it, basically. So this is where I would want it. You know, that's on the card front or whatever. Let's imagine it's a bigger piece of paper that you want in a specific place. Then hinge it up, right? Just a little bit. Maybe pull it up just a little bit. Put your foil again with the pretty side facing you, and then bring this guy back down, making sure, you know, the whole thing has foil. So that's another way of doing it if you want a specific spot, right? I think that's going to be okay. Maybe I'll put a little more tape just to keep that for us. And this guy's still warming up, so I will be right back. I cut up my foil for my other pieces. Of course, I said that. I'm like, where are they? Oh, over here, right in front of me. I still didn't see them. And then this other stuff is ready. So we're going to have the words wishing you and joy, but I think I'm just going to put joy on these guys. So let's bring this here. I know that's a little bit. I'm going to readjust this just a little bit. I can see I'm just off the edge right there. Okay. Definitely put the plate touching the grippy side here of this mat, or touching, you know, facing down. If you're building it on here, obviously you're gonna have your plate with the words or the image facing up, your foil with the silver side facing you, and then your paper with the front side touching that. Okay, so I always like to put these on here. You know, it's up to you, whatever you like. I like to put both of them, and I press timer. When the timer stops blinking, that's how you know it is ready and to be rolled through. So I'm gonna keep this. I don't know how I got. Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm just trying to tidy up for the next one. This guy and this guy. Okay. And we'll keep those there. Put that away. And I will be back. Okay, guys. So when the timer is steady like that, means it's ready. So let's roll that through. Sometimes I'll roll it through forward and then back again. Just depends on how I feel that day. But right now I'm just rolling it forward. And I'm going to plug it back in because we want it to stay nice and hot for the next one. Pick that guy up. And let's see. Look at that. Gorgeous. I'm going to take this piece off. And again, if you have one of those full plates, oh, let's get this going too. You can take this guy and get that impression, you know, what's left onto, let's say, some paper. Let's say it's white paper, okay? So the white from the paper is going to show through, so you can kind of see there, or black or something like that would be really cool. Anyhow, I'm going to let that cool off just a little bit. I already have my other papers ready and cut, so it's not the biggest deal. And look at how nice and bold that is, and perfect. I'm telling you guys, lovely. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for this guy. Let me cut this down. Again, all these little bits, I always just keep them like in a little box, because you can definitely find a use for every little piece of Glimmer. I mean, if it's just little sentiments, it's like a strip or however. So this one, like I said, I don't really care where that's going, so we'll put that there. I'm gonna try this one. I'm trying to keep the like types of paper together, that way the heat, if it's different for one paper or however, you know. So these are both that gold paper. I think we're good right there. Let me add that there. I would say this isn't going to do anything really at this point, but there we go. Alright, face down. Face down, this guy. And my plates. And I'm just going to run them through, guys, so when I come back I'll have 2 of the gold, 1 gold sentiment, you know, and then 2 of the white paper, and I already have this one cut, so, or foiled, not cut quite yet. I'll be back. And you guys just press timer when it's ready. You're ready to go. Get this guy, well, let's peel it from here. Lovely, oh sorry, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, I'll keep working. This one just knocks me out, it's so nice. I love the way the big lettering is just there. And again, with this piece of foil, you can, you know, get that foil onto a piece of card and then just, you know, trim it down. You have this little plate that says Joy with the paper showing through, but the gold all around. Be really nice. Anyhow, okay guys, I'll be right back. I will say as I'm working, I mean, these are all just perfect. And a lot of times people ask me, well, what did you do, or how did you do that, or on my videos, you guys know if you saw it on screen, that's how I did it. I don't hide things. I don't, you know, there are no other shims. I mean, I guess you could include another shim, but like I didn't shim this any different for this paper than for this paper. It's just what it is. It's the platform, the paper, you know, just how I showed you. And I like to use both plates that the Glimmer comes with, the fiberglass plate and then like it's not a cutting plate, but the acrylic plate. I don't do anything secretively, because I do get that question a lot, and I'm like, if you saw it there, that's what I did. Like, I don't do anything different than what I'm showing you. So for this one, it just happens to work. I will say, if you do get some overfoiling, and I keep showing you guys the same pencil eraser telling you don't use this, because it's really bright red, but if you do get overfoiling, I'm assuming with most foiling systems, if you have any overfoil, all you have to do is just take an eraser and you can erase it. Now this is going to be cut away, so I don't care about that, but if you have any here where it doesn't look quite like crisp, you know, oh, my timer's ready, just take your eraser. What happens with the Glimmer is it pushes in, so it's kind of like letterpress. It's embossed in there plus the foil, so like as you're going across the top and erasing that, it doesn't hurt anything. It just gets rid of that extra foil. I do usually like to do that when the paper's still a little bit warm, and I talk about this every time I do a Glimmer video, so again, no secrets here, and no gatekeeping and all that kind of stuff that people talk about all the time. It's just what it is. I didn't tape this one because it was my last one. I knew I was just going to hold it there, and I mean, there it is. A little bit of extra foil right here. I don't know if you can see on that berry. So again, while it's still warm, I do like to just kind of come through and clean things up if anything looks like that. Okay. Alright, let me put everything away, and we're going to do some die cutting, some stenciling, and all that great stuff. So with these two, I'm just going to cut them out straight away the way they are. And I'm just going to look down in there. I think, yeah, we have plenty of ability to do that. You can see all the lines, and you pretty well can tell where you're going to be cutting. I don't think this needs any kind of special treatment or a guiding window or anything like that. So I would just have that. When I tape these, I tape towards the outside of the die, so that you're not pulling up your foil accidentally. So something like that, right? With our Joy on both of them, I can just cut them out. So both of them, again, I'm just eyeballing where that is. Very cute. About there. That looks nice. And again, tape these down towards the outside. I mean, you can think of the combinations like Wishing You, and maybe that's embossed, or not embossed, but like glimmered onto your card topper or whatever, and then maybe the Joy is popping out, or you know, maybe Joy is there and then Wishing You comes in kind of like this, or it'd be like this. That'd be pretty. Okay, so we're going to cut those guys out that same way. This one I'm going to do the stenciling first, and then I'll cut it out. Just easier, I think, that way. So it's just, you know, the one stencil here, and you're just going to see where those leaves are, and that looks very, very good. I probably won't even tape that down. I'm just going to hold it with my hand. Get some green ink. And I mean, you can do a variation of colors, right? But I'm just going to take this green, but maybe do a little bit light green and then go into some dark green or whatever you might want to do. That looks good. Again, I'm just going to hold it with my hand. I'm going to start a little heavier in the base of the leaves, you know, and then just kind of soften out as I get to the tip of the leaf there. I'll do the same thing for the other one. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. And that's one color, right? And then our red for our berries, or pink, or purple, or, I mean, whatever color fun thing you want to do with that. Looks great. And oh, this is not the one I want. Like, those are orange. I had the red right here already in front of me, just as planned. There we go. And I'm just going to dip in here. And that's it. You just kind of concentrate in the very center, but look how cute they look. Okay, I'll do the same thing with the second one. So I'm just going to rinse this off. I did use water-based dye inks that rinse off really well. Sometimes hybrid inks want to stick a little more because they do have whatever they have in them that makes it work. But I'm just going to rinse those off, and then these guys I'm going to go ahead and run through, so when I come back. Well, actually, I'll just cut them all. Obviously, I'm just going to take that and do the same thing, just run it through. I mean, just so pretty. I had to share. I mean, I love the way it cuts out this whole area here, this part, so it just looks more delicate. I'll keep going. Last one. These are so pretty, you guys. I can't even, like, I just love everything about it. The edge on there and everything looks really nice. Okay, so let's see. Well, we're going to put our cards together. Like I said, I haven't really thought about how I'm going to put it together, but it looks like, again, like it kind of goes down like this, those berries. So just make sure we have our card in the right direction. And I mean, honestly, you can even mix these up. That'd be lovely. Or two of them, but you know, one behind the other. But we're going to do something like this. I know one of these I cut off a little bit. Oh, I guess not. Oh, right there. I was going to say, I know one was right on the edge of the paper. It was just right there. So maybe I let that little piece get cut off. I mean, those are so pretty. And then with this Joy, you know, I was just trying to mix and match as far as that part. So let me see what that might look like. I mean, you can definitely do it's all gold, but I think I'm going to put that one here and then this one here. That's what my intention was. And I think I'll still do that. And maybe here. Put it up here. I like the way it looked there. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So let's get ourselves some glue. Again, you know, dimensionals. You can have some things popped up, and maybe this bottom of the leaf on a dimensional, maybe these two, maybe this all glued down, however it is that you like for that to look. And I'll put some dimensionals on the back of the Joy part. That will be popped up. So I love the way that looks coming just down from here, and I'll just cut that little bit of the stem off at the bottom, at the top, sorry. And then this guy's going to come in with a little bit cut off. I am going to put this under something heavy. Something like that. I don't mind. Maybe a little bit more. There and there. That means I'm going to put like this on top because we have all that dimension from the embossing folder also. So I'm just going to put that there and just put like a machine on top of it. And I'll do the same thing for this guy. Just going to glue it down. And you don't have to cut anything off. If you like the whole thing in there, actually I can do it with this one. I'll show you what it looks like without cutting anything. It's just a little, you know, I kind of like the way the other one looks though. Maybe I'll still do that. Something like that. Yeah, I'll leave it. I'll leave it, but I'll be right back. I'm just gonna glue them down just like this one. And again, just a little something sticking out the edge. And if you weren't gonna do that, then you know, I would have already stuck this topper down before I stuck down my other things. That's just how I build up cards, but we did do that. Okay, and some glue. That is so pretty. I love the design they came up with for that holly. Very classic, gorgeous. Here's our card. Have this guy. And I mean, you can hold that down too. I would put the weight on top of it also like I normally do. And then I have my little joy here. And oh my goodness. You know what? You know, I always want to put them in the middle of the card. But I don't think it hurts putting it in either one of these spots. I like down here. Let's put it down here, just something different. But you saw the different options there. It's pretty cute. And then this other one I have under a different machine over here. And let's see, sorry, I'll put that up to the side. Get that. Very, very pretty. Just a little more subtle and pretty. There we go. And I'm gonna put that in here. I'm gonna hold that down. Our joy also right down here. So just very similar. This one doesn't have anything cut off the edges. You can kind of see the difference that makes. I like it to look a little organic. I like the way it looks over here. But they're both very pretty, and this one just has the whole thing not cut down at all or anything, right? Super similar, very different effects there. I'm going to fix this. Straighten that out a little bit. There we go. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Spellbinders Designs for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.